right, episode 9 of the Medellin podcast.
Today we've got Ioana. Some of you can't say Joanna, but we're gonna go with Ioana. And Andrew's on the mic today, on the guitar, playing a real authentic Romanian song. We'll explain that in a little bit. Woo! Never-ending story.
Yeah,
Taught him
it.
everything he knows, and you know that.
Alrighty then. So today is October 3rd. We're October 3rd or 4th?
Yep.
October 4th. It's the 4th of October, and it's episode 9 of the Medellin podcast. I'm Andrew Messia from the Medellin Buzz, Red Door Studios. I've got Joel to the very left, or
I'm
the right
buzzed.
of you. Joel's from where?
I'm from parts unknown, but I live here 8 years. Born in Guyana, South America. The first time I've said that, and shout out my country of birth, since we're all born in different places. And but I am Canadian, naturalized, and we have
Ioana from Romania.
From Romania.
Yes,
from
sir.
Romania. And quick fact about Romania. By the way, I did my research. You don't think we were going to get you on this show and I wasn't going to do my research. Did y'all know? And by the way, before we go further, because we always have to take a pause, we're drinking champagne today, which I know shit about. It was her request. This is her drink of choice. So today we're going to be getting a little buzzed off of the bubbly. And she said that she's not going to get drunk because she's Romanian. Fact, that's what she said. And here's another fact for you. Romania apparently is the number 5 most boozy country in the world.
Really? What's
number
number
5.
1?
Other Eastern European countries, there are 4 that beat Romania out. And the average Romanian consumes 14 liters of pure alcohol every year. And all 5 of the top booze countries in the world are from Eastern Europe. So let's see if she can handle her shit.
That's not my country.
I don't know.
All right, let's pop that thing. Oh!
Shit.
Here you
Well, that
go.
happened.
There you go.
I was basically looking up and this came
It's
down.
okay.
Anyways, we can
It's
think,
supposed to happen
it's
this way.
alright.
It's okay.
I'm going to sit in this pool
Alright.
of water for
There
the
you go.
full time.
Okay.
Good thing I live like a
That
lava.
merit something.
All right. So
Oh! Time to drink.
start
Just
like
on
this.
time.
All right.
I keep pouring as we talk.
So we're gonna, Joel and I might do shots of some mezcal that we found along the way to the
Along
office
the way.
today. But anyway,
Is this how you pour this?
I think it's good.
Joanna?
Oh God, that's
Okay,
allowed.
yeah,
That's
okay,
allowed.
that's
That's
just
allowed.
pour like it's
I mean,
water.
I'm Romanian, but still.
Wait, do we have other glasses?
yeah, just put it on.
Oh, we
these.
got these little ones. We were supposed to have real
Yeah,
glasses.
we have the other
but-
glasses too. But anyway, so Joanna,
Yes,
Ioana.
sir.
Joanna, is it pronounced Joanna or Joanna? How do they pronounce your name here?
You pronounce it Ioana.
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 I-O-A. Yes.
Spell your name for those out there that, you know,
We want the full name,
yeah.
like the cedula name.
Yeah, yeah. Give us the cedula. Actually, no. People might track you down.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Let's not do that. Okay.
Iguana.
good one.
Iguana. Now where?
That actually, I have been, and I'm still getting called that, which
Really?
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me because the actual nickname that I have here is Iguana Mandarina.
Oh.
So
Very nice. Better than my
Mandarina,
nickname.
little mandarina.
yeah, I mean, people can't really pronounce my name here, so they just like personalize it the way they can. So it's fine
Yeah.
as long as it's not offensive. So
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like your name too.
So can I just excuse I don't know about Andrew. I'm gonna excuse myself if I act all weird and like uncomfortable. It's because it's not that Joanna is necessarily the first female, but it makes us feel a little uncomfortable. You guys know it's been an all guy cast so far, and she's the first lady on the show, so we have to be a little PG. Not. But yeah, let's get straight to it. Like, you know, what are you? When did you first come to Medellin?
that was 5 years ago,
Okay.
2014 in February.
All right.
So I got here with an internship.
All right.
But it was more kind of like an exchange kind of thing, not really an internship because I already graduated. I had a job back in Romania, so I quit, and then I just spent a few months as a freelancer, and
Okay.
then I just started to
Doing?
look for communications, PR, social media,
Okay.
but mostly social media, and then I found the opportunity here, so
Okay.
I came here. Well,
Cool.
it found me.
I said that was 5 years ago.
Yes, sir.
5 years ago. And we're just going to get this out of the way because we're not here to talk too much. This is not like a business series. But what is it that you do here?
I do real estate, property management.
I actually, quick story, met Ioana about 5 years ago, and I didn't know who she was, and she showed up to a property that I was going to go photograph, and she stepped out of the car like just, I'll say blinging. You know, I remember like long, fancy heels and stuff like that. I was accustomed to people showing up looking like, you know, you could never tell what role they played and what job they were in, and I was like, holy shit, you know. And then she spoke, and I'm like, I was all confused. I didn't know whether you were from here. I was like, she looks like you know, sort of like an American European white girl, but she speaks like, she spoke to me in like almost what I thought was perfect Spanish. And we're gonna get to that. But and for every time she speaks, someone says, "Oh, but you sound so paisa or so Colombian." And I did my research. I made sure I did my research before she came on this show because everybody's amazed about it. She's gonna tell you how she learned Spanish, but I did not realize that Romanians, their language is based in Latin, just like Spanish.
True.
So you have an upper hand.
We do, and we're lucky, and I'm grateful for it, honestly. Romanian is one of the Latin languages as well, so for us is like Romance languages. So for us, it's very easy to speak French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Latin.
Yeah.
But like nobody really speaks Latin. I mean, I studied it for like 4 years, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So you got here on an internship. So you were in Romania, you were studying, you finished?
No, I wasn't studying. So I graduated in 2000, oh boy, I'm so old, 2012.
That's just yesterday.
Yeah.
That's so old.
Yeah, like 10 years ago yesterday. It's potato. Yeah. And so, and I had a job. I was working in a branding company locally in my hometown. And the internship was basically an exchange opportunity through an NGO.
Okay.
It's an international NGO. It's called ISEC. It's a really, really cool thing to do when you're a student, and it connects young people with professionals with companies. Okay. So there's a lot of opportunity in there.
And then you came here with them?
Yes, I came here with them. They called me one day. They were like, hey, there's this company. They could really use your help. Your profile fits really well. Yeah. And then, how about we have an interview? And I was like, well, whatever. I don't have anything to lose. So I had a short interview over the phone. And then the next day, the interview with the company. And then 2 days later, they were like, pack your stuff. You're coming to Colombia.
Wow. So you had never been to Colombia before then?
Never. And I've never lived abroad.
Wow.
By myself.
That's pretty amazing.
I mean, not even with other people.
Yeah, so it was just like kind of like overnight you were in Colombia and you were staying here. And what was like your first impression? Oh,
I loved it. God, I mean, it's just, I don't know if it was a combination of, oh my God, I'm going to live alone. This is so cool. I was like 24. And across the globe, like literally on a different continent. But also the people were so warm. Yeah. And at that point, it was really weird because at that point I didn't really feel the cultural shock. Okay. Like I felt like, oh, this is just like in novelas, right? So it was like, oh, this is fun. People are cool. The weather is cool, super nice, right? So people help you, and it was just like Googling everything just to find out where I am, where should I go, and things like that. So it was really cool.
But wait, and you, so for those of you who don't know, I've heard the story, but so how did you? Let's just say you had to introduce yourself right now and say where you're from and where you live. Let's do that in Spanish for us a little bit. Let's hear that.
How many languages are you going to make me speak?
No, just in Spanish, just the one. Okay, go ahead, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself to Felipe back there. Just don't be shy about it. In Spanish, hit it.
Hola Felipe, mi nombre es Ioana, soy de Rumania y llevo 5 años viviendo en Medellín.
Wow. You see what I'm saying, people? Why I got all
they
comfortable?
Got all red over there.
And I can't get red, or else I would get red. So wait, and how did you learn to do that? Because I've known some people that've been out here for like 8 years, and they're still like, hola, mi nombre, Jorge, and
it sounds so cute though.
Sounds so cute.
You got
see that?
It
sounds so cute when you try and you sound like
No, sorry, I didn't mean it that way, but. It is, and it's awesome that there's a lot of people coming here and trying to learn the language, and it's way easier while you live here.
Yeah.
For sure. Like I learned it when I was 12, 13 years old.
The language.
Yes,
Okay.
but I mean, I was watching a lot of soap operas.
Okay.
So what happens is that in the 2000s is when like all this Latin culture was like a total boom in Europe, especially in Romania. So
Okay.
What was it? Music or?
everything. So it's funny because it started with reggaeton, obviously.
Oh, okay.
A couple of songs because we were doing Zumba. So you do Zumba on
Andrew does Zumba.
reggaeton.
I do
Can't
Zumba.
but-
Actually, my
That's a
cousin is a
Zumba
Zumba
bot.
teacher. My cousin's a Zumba teacher.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it kind of like stuck to the people, and
Okay.
so the media guys basically realized that this is a really good opportunity, so they created a TV channel,
Okay.
not just show, it's like a full channel,
Yeah.
and they were only broadcasting reggaeton music videos, novellas from like Argentina, Colombia, Brazil, you name it. And I remember a couple of years later, if not a year later, there was like this chick from Argentina
Yeah.
who came over, Natalia Oreiro.
I'm sorry, you're not
They
allowed to
look
say
like
the
a
word
freak-
chick on this show.
Okay.
That's a little offensive. I don't know. Is that offensive? I don't know. Is that offensive? Yeah, but anyways, go ahead. The
No,
chick
but she's
from
a really cool like
Argentina.
actress and singer and all that. So she was the first Latino artist to
Okay.
come to Romania.
Okay.
So like everybody went crazy, right? And then I just left because they broadcast everything in Romania. Nothing is dubbed.
Yeah.
Everything is the original language, but
Okay.
with Romanian subtitles. So it was really easy for us. And as children, we obviously catch things faster. We learn way easier. So, and they were in the original language in Spanish, but with Romanian subtitles.
Okay.
So we were watching that, and your brain
Yeah, you
basically
put
just
two
makes
and
the
two
connection.
together, yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing homeworks and stuff, and we had that in the background, and there was like women there fighting over men and stuff like that.
So for you, it's like a living dream being here. Then it's like you used to see yourself in the novella, and you rock up to Colombia,
well,
start fighting over men.
No,
No, okay, maybe not in that
Yeah.
order, but you rock
Men
up to
fighting over you. Yeah,
whatever.
well, that's
you know.
not
Probably
even.
more.
I mean, it's it wasn't a dream, but it's definitely something that I wanted, which was to get independent.
Okay.
In a place where people could not pronounce my name.
Okay.
And
Well, how do they pronounce it here
I-
right now? What is it? What do
They
people
pronounce
say?
it Joanna.
Joanna.
There's people that pronounce it Johanna, which
Johanna.
totally pisses me off.
So I heard.
Yeah, it's like, don't call me that.
Joanna. Oh, all right. So this is what I've been thinking here as you were talking, and words are flying.
Yeah.
Like, how do we drink this?
I mean, we need that. Where's the mezcal? We can do shots of
we should
mezcal.
at least do the honor. Cheers.
No, we
Yeah,
will be
cheers.
dancing
Being on the show.
Yeah, we'll
Cheers.
take a sip of
Thank
that,
you guys
but
for
we should
having
probably
me.
do a shot of
What do you mean
mezcal.
by a sip? Like, show us what a sip looks like.
Yeah, that. What?
That's
That's
not
your
the
sip?
format. That's not the format of this podcast.
That was a large sip.
Mm.
I do it like mouthwash. All right. So
It tastes
anyway,
like New Year's.
well, as you pour us
Exactly.
a shot of mezcal, I've got another
Mezcal
question
is not
for
even
you.
around here. I
Oh,
don't
it's
know where
somewhere.
the mezcal is. I would have to like open the
Felipe
door
can
and walk
pass
out.
down his cup, I guess.
His cup. Yeah. So hit the. What's your question?
No way, Jose.
This, by the way, I'm just for people watching this, and any of you who've seen most of these episodes, it's probably the first time that Andrew has this awkward piece of paper in his hand.
Well, it's because
And
we
it's just-
usually have the questions up on the screen.
Yeah.
But it's hard for him to scroll down
Yeah.
as we're going.
Yeah.
So and we
Yeah,
have.
I think it's just because you're excited.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
very
so. I think
excited.
it's
Actually, I'm very
exciting.
excited to have you on the show because, for one, I don't really know you personally.
Yeah.
We've hung out maybe once or twice. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and having a woman on the show that lives in Medellin and works in Medellin is very interesting, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, not only women, obviously a lot of women that are very interested in finding out, what life is like here for a woman that's a foreigner,
Yeah.
but even guys, because I remember 4 years ago, there were no women coming to Medellin.
Yeah.
There was you wouldn't see hostels full of tourists that are just single women or just a group of women traveling. But now you see it all the time. Why do you think that might be?
Yeah, it was hard for me at the beginning to have foreign friends here. Like,
Yeah.
I was turning around, it was just like Colombians, And if there were foreigners, they were mostly men. I think it's happening because Colombia is obviously in the past few years has gained and has worked a lot on overcoming, the war and the drug war and all that. And it's going. I think they're doing a great job at both safety and promotion, like promoting the country. And I think these two things together for a woman, it makes it much safer to travel. Like, and along the years, I've met a lot of female bloggers traveling across the globe, and finally they felt in the last few years that they could actually come here on their own, like by themselves, with like no company whatsoever. One of them even wrote a book about how traveling alone in South America.
Who wrote that? You remember?
I don't remember the name. I'm sorry.
But you don't worry about it. You know,
if you're watching
the
this.
show,
Reach out if you
yeah,
find
she doesn't remember the name, but I'm also just gonna let you know that I know that you are a female blogger, or were, and I did do my background and we read your stuff. Oh, so we've got stuff coming for you.
But you haven't posted for a while.
Yeah,
No,
2016.
it's like more than.
What's up with that? So in Romania, in terms of language, what's the main language is Romanian?
Correct.
And why is your English so great?
Well, it's we're lucky enough because in Europe, like almost everybody speaks English, right?
Okay.
And in Romania, it's kind of like the second language.
Because your writing is really good too. I was reading your writing, and I've met English people that grew up, their first language is English, and I was easily able to follow what you were reading and scan like this because I was speed reading and take stuff in. And Andrew and I, we have people that write for us or have written for us in the past, and we were like, holy shit, this person is applying as a writer, and you're writing as, call it your second language, is really good. So that's just one thing to point out there. But anyways.
Yeah, so, okay, so I guess we can attribute more women here in Medellin because of the safety.
Yeah.
It's become more safe. So I guess an interesting question would be, for me, I'm just curious, like, was it easy for you to get a job when you got here, or was it something that you had to do your internship and then struggle to get the job, or because I'm sure a lot of people want to know.
All right. Well, I didn't plan any of this, to be honest. Like, I got here just because I had the interview, so I knew I was coming to a place where I had a job.
Okay.
And I had the place to stay.
Okay. They set it up.
Yeah, like the organization doesn't just make you travel and
baby
just,
steps.
Leave you there
exactly.
in the rain and just right. So they helped me a lot, and I was with them. It was supposed to be for 6 months. Sorry, my visa was for a year though.
You can have a sip of that at any time if your voice
if
you're drying up. Yeah.
In a bit. So when I got my volunteer visa in Poland, that was, the ambassador was so cool, so we'd kind of like make friends. So she was like, you know what, I'm just going to give you the visa for a year. She was supposed to give it to me for 6 months as the duration of the internship. And then when I got here, my boss at the time told me that, you know what, just stay for a year because, this is a pilot project, we're working really well together. And I was like, whatever, it's not like I have something to wait for me at home, right? Yeah. So I stayed for a year. And then they wanted to hire me, but I didn't get the business visa, the work visa, which was a bummer for me because I was like, God, I really do not want to leave. By that time, I was completely in love with the country and I didn't want to leave.
So you didn't get the work visa because the company couldn't qualify for the work visa, or?
They don't really give you a reason.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, because we had another intern that did the exact same process and he got it.
Oh, okay.
With the only difference that he did apply from back home from London.
Oh,
so I don't know if that had something to do with it.
Don't feel bad in any way. I mean, I applied for a bank loan, and sitting down there, they told me it was a 99.9% chance I'd get it. I fell in the 0.01% that didn't get the loan here. So they didn't give a reason either. So I get you. I was at 0.01%.
No, but I'm not at all disappointed. I'm actually very happy it turned out this way. I think it's the best thing that could happen.
And then your job came to you pretty easily, or did you?
Yeah. I already knew the owner of the company that I work with now. So it was just basically fell into place, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, so so living and growing up in Romania, I don't know what Romania is like. I would love to go because I've heard great things about it.
You should.
Yeah, I would love to go visit.
Transylvania, Dracula. I mean, you guys. I mean, you own Dracula, right?
That's the classics of Romania, you know, but there's way
I
more
bet
than
I
that,
got some
obviously.
classic shit that you don't know. Like the world's longest sausage is from Romania. 38,
Oh,
what is
boy.
it?
Just
30,
Somebody did their
38.
research.
Who the fuck, what kind of type of person sits and makes a 38-mile sausage?
A Romanian.
A
Romanian.
Yeah.
A drunk Romanian.
You know what else they claim to
Probably.
have? The heaviest building in the world. Who the fuck weighs a building?
And the second largest building in the world.
Yeah,
Which is a
so
part of
all these things to do with buildings and the prettiest highway and the nicest coffee bookstore. Anyways, you guys got
Do you
stuff.
know the history of that pretty highway?
No, I don't know the history.
Transfăgărășan. So you know how Romania used to be a communist country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up until December '89. So Ceausescu,
He
who
Andrew
was
doesn't know.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
so Ceausescu,
read
who was the leader,
book.
basically had that road made for him because
Okay.
he knew that people are going to get him.
The
So
communist leader?
yeah.
Okay.
Ceausescu, Nicolae Ceausescu. So he wanted a way for him to be able to escape the authorities.
Oh, really?
So the road is kind of like this. So
Yeah.
it's very hard for
Oh,
you to
really?
shoot someone in such a road.
Really?
So that's why he had it done
That's
that way.
amazing. I did
That's
not know
amazing.
that.
We need a route like that from the house
don't
to the
know
office in
anything.
case
Yeah,
people shoot us after this podcast.
The house to the office is like a 2-second walk.
Yeah, we need
Oh,
some
boy.
swirls in there.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
didn't think you would know about the world's prettiest road that I was talking about because I literally watched a 10-minute crash course on Romania. But I bounce away from Romania for a second.
Yeah.
Question for you: you came here. More women are coming here, as Andrew said, because
Thank
of
God.
safety and thank God.
Thank God.
And I think I'm gonna jump around a bit here. I think when I first saw you 5 years ago or 4 years ago, however long it was, and you rolled out with the long heels, business attire and stuff to greet me, I'm like, is this a foreigner? Is this a local? And I think what confused me was the way in which foreign women, even 4 to 8 years ago, used to dress. Little short jeans ripped up with
really high above the
really
navel,
high above the
shorts,
navel.
yeah.
That you shouldn't be wearing those pants. Like, you know what I mean? Get like a
Yeah.
stylist before
Well,
you put
and
those
also
on.
like the mom pants
The mom
became
pants,
like
yeah.
famous
Yeah.
too.
But the mom jeans are
The
really
mom
in
jeans,
right
yeah.
No,
now.
but they were in then too. But like girls from London and stuff, and you, I think, were the first person that dressed, in my opinion, sort of like, I'd say Paisa corporate. Like, you mean like you took care of yourself, and you also had this foreign like corporate look. But anyways, so I'm gonna get to that. That's a quick story. But what I'm really getting to is when you got here, and there weren't a lot of foreign women. Now there are a lot more foreign women. How did you feel in terms of being a woman in the city, call it 5 years ago, versus being a woman in the city now? What's that like?
Well, that's interesting. It's definitely better that there's more women now here in Medellin, but I think it makes it no, it actually makes it easier, now that I think about it, because there's still a lot of comments, looks, when you see a woman having a drink alone
Okay.
at the bar,
Yeah.
right, which is something that for us in Europe is super normal.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, there's no way you could leave that bar without having a drink sent over, without having a guy stopping by to say hi.
Here?
Yeah, in here.
You don't feel flattered when a drink gets sent over?
I do, but when it's just a drink sent over, right? A
Okay.
drink sent over doesn't necessarily
Doesn't mean,
mean that I'm open to have a
And
conversation.
why is it
or-
that you don't like? Why is it that you don't like when guys ask you to send them a message when you get home safely? Why is that? You want to know how I know that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like I see it as reporting, although
Okay.
it might not be. There's guys that are genuinely interested
Yeah.
in someone getting home safe.
Okay.
It's just it's not me. It's not who I am. It's just I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself, and I have a best friend. So whenever I don't feel safe, I immediately just send like an
Wow.
Okay.
SOS
I actually never heard
message.
that.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
here it's like so common.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because
I
am-
say it still.
Well, because I'm genuinely like
Concerned?
Like, I got you the Uber. Make sure. Message me when you get home. But for you, it's
Yeah.
like I don't really need to.
yeah, which is why I also prefer to get my own Uber, because if I go to a bar, I meet a
Yeah.
guy, we have a conversation, we have
Yeah.
a drink, we dance a little bit, and then I'm
Also,
gonna go
Romanians
home.
dance?
Yeah.
Romanians-
Yeah.
So like
And-
okay, I guess back to the
It's-
safety thing. You consider Uber to be safe for a woman here?
Oh yeah, no, I consider it safe. I mean, except for the fact that you have to sit in the front. Well, you just have to do what you have to do. But
that's actually a good point for those of you, because there's a lot of people that are watching this that might not be living here. When you get an Uber in Colombia, anywhere in Colombia, they will ask you to sit in the front seat, or someone, even if you're on a date with a woman, both of you. They don't like it if both of you guys sit in the back. One person has to.
But
sit in the front.
it's not because they don't like. It's because legally here
it's not legal.
It's not legal yet. So for you to look like a friend that they're carrying, you have to sit in the front.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that where you generally put your hands on the Uber's knee, Andrew, or is that do you just?
Yeah. No, I go straight for the stick shift.
Oh god.
Stick shift, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So
are we gonna bounce past?
We're gonna.
I'm gonna take a sip of this bubble.
We can take that.
I never even burped on camera here, and I'm over here trying not to burp with this. What is this?
Time to drink.
By the bell.
Champagne. Hey, talking about champagne, I never knew that champagne could only be produced in Champagne.
How am I already drunk?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
know. What is this? This is
what'd you put in that?
Feel like shit, slipping a stuff. Talking about So wait. So next question. So you feel safer now, and do you think it's because the?
Don't worry, we got a backup bottle.
Do you think that the attention? It's because the attention is a little bit off of you because you could pass. People probably think you're Paisa sometimes. That's a light-skinned Paisa.
Yeah, I mean, up until I start talking, because I still have a little bit of an accent, so...
Which apparently you were going to travel all around Colombia backpacking to lose and to learn every type of accent. Did you know that? Do you remember that?
I
went back in your profile as a blogger.
I had dreams.
Yes, and her dream, by the way, and this is what I would call ambition, and we like people on the show that have ambition, that are doing things, differently. And I found, in doing my research about you, I found that to be one of the most interesting things, that you wrote that one of the things you were going to do is backpacking was going to become sort of your life, sort of lifestyle, because you wanted to understand and learn all the different types of accents and whatever. So just ignore him come to throw the whole microphone over.
They're not seeing me.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, okay. All right. But anyways, I found that quite interesting, that your goal in terms of language was to travel all around and learn different accents, so
yeah,
you
that
could really
didn't
get
happen.
the language. Yeah. Hit it, Andrew. You go ahead.
Well, actually, that leads into another question about traveling. Have you traveled around Colombia a lot, or just to Medellin?
Yeah, no, I did. It's just not as much as I was planning to. I did go to the coast, Cartagena, Santa Marta, all around Bogota. I absolutely love Bogota and everything about it, and all the little towns that they have surrounding it. The climate definitely suits me.
The cold,
I think,
the Romanian cold?
Yes,
The
much
Romanian
better than Medellin, because actually Medellin lately is just no longer the city of the eternal spring, but the eternal summer. So
It is kind of humid here.
Yeah, it is.
But you don't like that?
I mean, not every day. I mean, now it's okay because it's what they call a winter, which I'm sorry guys, but it just makes me laugh, because it's not a winter, not for me, but I understand, the climate in the country. So it's raining more often, but even so, it's even more hotter.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, at night it does get.
So it
chilly.
reminds you sort of like the Romanian cold. It feels sort of like nostalgic.
Yeah,
Do you ever miss the bison?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm gonna fucking hit y'all with the Wikipedia. Romania has the biggest European mammals.
Who cares?
Who would have known?
Who cares?
They got the biggest everything, biggest and heaviest, biggest. Anyways, I'm not gonna go there. You know where I want to go with that, but yeah, they got the bison, and I don't know if maybe she got a pet bison growing up.
Speaking of bison, are you dating anyone?
No.
You're not dating anyone?
No, sir.
No. Okay.
No.
What? Okay, so I guess I'll come back to this question, but I'll come back after you have a couple more drinks.
Okay, we come back to that. We're still on the serious stuff right now.
I just heard bison, so I thought Colombian
yeah,
bison.
let's go back to that.
In German, bison, Kofkies a bite. Isn't that a biter? Is that a biter, Sylvia? Bison. Yeah. See, I can throw my shit out. I've got the general knowledge thing going on.
So wait, you guys.
Hold on. Cool. Back to some shit before we get to this dating stuff, which is going to get really interesting. So hold on.
Okay.
As a female here, so you feel okay? How safe? When you walk in the streets in the daytime in Romania, 1 to 10, how safe do you feel? 10 being the safest in Romania.
12.
You feel extra safe in the day.
Yeah.
In Medellin, 1 to 10, how do you feel safe-wise? Daytime.
Depending on the area, like if it's here where we
Poblado.
are
Okay,
right now,
Poblado. Let's say
Daytime.
Poblado.
I would say a 9.
9. So you got
Okay.
that little hint of insecurity.
Insecurity.
Nighttime
Yeah.
in Romania.
That will be a 9 as well.
Nighttime,
Nine,
scrolling,
nighttime.
scrolling around. What?
Yeah, I mean, it's
By yourself, by the way.
by myself a 9, with friends, totally 10.
Okay, so 9. Medellin, call it Poblado because most foreigners are going to come to Poblado. Walking around, let's say
10
you have
o'clock
to
at
leave
night.
here 10 o'clock at night. You have to walk down, meet some friends down in Provenza. How
Yeah,
safe would
I
you
just,
feel?
I always get a cab.
You
Like,
always
I
get
don't
cab,
feel,
so-
I don't feel safe walking down the street by myself. And it's, I mean, I'm still a woman
Yeah.
traveling, you know, not
Yeah.
home, not in a familiar place, right? So I think it's just self-preservation.
No, but
I
even
need
but
to
if
say,
somebody looks at you, remember you're sort of like ambiguous. They don't know necessarily that you're a foreigner. Obviously, you're a lighter skinned Colombian. Probably they would assume you got a little bit more money. But you
no,
still
but
would
still,
jump
you
in
know,
an
it's a
Uber.
person walking down the street, definitely has a cell phone in the pocket, right? So
And what would you say?
Yeah.
What would you say to a foreign woman coming here to check the place out, visit or live in terms of safety? What were your recommendations to stay out of problems?
Just respect the normal international safety rules. You know, don't walk down the street at night by yourself with your newest cell phone in your hand or talking on the phone. I try, even during the day, for example, I personally try not to talk on the phone a lot.
Okay.
I mean, I still do it because I have clients calling me, but I feel safe doing it. I mean, it's not downtown,
Okay.
right?
It's not downtown
So
for sure.
it's
And so
yeah.
you're allowed to wear Pandora, both in the daytime.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
Yeah,
I don't think I don't notice that little
Little-
rocking Pandora and stuff up in here. We never had any guests wearing Pandora. Michael, Shiv, the last few guests, man, they don't even know anything.
No,
They
but
don't
like-
even know what Pandora is.
They don't even bathe.
No, but
Yeah.
what I meant
You're
by
the first
that,
guest to bathe. Yeah,
but what I meant by
Yeah.
showing that is that I'm wearing it. Like
yeah, yeah. You are wearing it.
I
You
like
are wearing it.
I wear it today.
Yeah.
I wore it a couple of days before. It's fine. It's just and I get taxis. I get taxis from the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of
so
the times as well.
So you
So-
feel safe hailing a taxi on the street?
Yes, but that is
Okay.
because I know where I'm going. I've
Oh,
been
okay.
here long enough to know the addresses, to know the
How to get
areas,
there.
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I noticed when a taxi driver tries to give me another route, I immediately notice it and I
Yeah.
correct him. He goes right back where I want
Okay.
him to.
So you feel
So-
I don't know. I mean we have a few female friends here, and the opinion's always different. Like as a woman, living here, working here, do you feel relative to Romania? We're putting everything relative to Romania. Most of the guys and people that have been on the show are Americans from the United States. Do you feel equal to men here? Do you feel that it's a very macho society? What do you feel about society as a woman? How do you feel as a woman? Like you got my question.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely opportunities for women
Okay.
in here, and women are taking it. Like, there's jobs where, for example, in Romania, like, women wouldn't do it.
Like
what?
There's like, I don't know, just driving a bus.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Something
I've
like
seen
that,
women
you
bus
know?
drivers here.
Yeah.
And taxi drivers.
I mean,
too.
obviously, we have them too in Romania and in Europe. It's just not as many.
Why?
So I
Why
have
is it
no
not? Why do you
idea.
think it's not as many there but here?
I have no idea. Beats me, honestly. It's not a very well paid job
Okay.
either. So it's probably, I don't know. Romanian women are very ambitious.
Okay.
So professionally speaking as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that, I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong.
And but you feel like here? Do you feel like you let's say because I'm assuming you used to hang out with now, based on where you work and whatever you've got you interact with more foreigners and stuff. But I'm assuming when you first came here, you'd go out as a group of like foreign guys and girls. Do you ever feel like, because again, you don't want them calling you to check if you got home and all that because you can defend for yourself and everything. But do you ever feel like it's a macho society, or you feel like, hey, guys are relaxed here. I can be me. I can be a woman. I don't
No.
feel like you're. No, you don't.
No.
What do you feel?
No, I don't feel like I can be myself here because very strongly independent people, not
Yeah.
just women here, are kind of like intimidating for the culture in
Yeah.
here. and it's, I was like, what I was going with my previous answer was that yes, there's definitely a lot of opportunity for women here, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get the treatment you should get by men, right? I mean, I've often had people looking down on me, especially men, and not just Colombians, foreigners in general as well. So it's
looking
just
down at you, meaning,
I don't know, maybe because I'm short, 5 feet, right, and probably people think
literally
that I'm not
looking down
capable.
at you.
Yeah, like clearly, and also like professionally or emotionally as well with I don't know, men in relationship, for example. So, but I guess it's just
don't
still
you be jumping ahead to relationships. Come in here, darling. Don't speed up.
It's an ongoing fight for for female in society.
But I know you've bumped heads even with females here, haven't you?
I have.
And what do you think? Why do you bump heads with females? Like, because of your ambition?
Yeah.
Because they're like, who the fuck does she think she is, trying to get all up there? And,
that, and it's also because there's definitely things that I just don't like to overlook. So, I mean, there are certain principles, certain rules, if you want to call them, that I just don't want to break. It's just who I am. It's just what I believe in. And if I meet somebody else that doesn't believe in the same values as I do, it's fine. We just part ways, or you do you, I do me, and that's it. But this, for example, for people here, like, I've met a lot of people that didn't like my opinions on certain subjects, and then something changed in that relationship, right? Being friendship or
so you fell out or whatever.
Yeah, so we basically fell apart as even friends but it's it's step by step. It's a culture. It's a country that I chose to be my home. Any days, and I love it. And it's definitely like my 5 years in Colombia. I can say that it's basically raised me into the woman that I am today as well. So
sweet. God bless you, Colombia. And I see
cheers
Andrew
to that.
down.
I drink
Cheers
to that.
Cheers to that. We haven't heard the goddamn alarm.
I've been fucking
so
drinking
long.
way
What is this?
more than you guys.
My mouth is dry.
Wait, where's my drink at?
Where?
Anyway,
this is the most sober podcast.
Yeah.
Did the drink I think the drink finished.
I told you you're gonna like champagne.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like,
listen?
it's a creepy type of drink because all of a sudden my head's tingling.
It's gone,
and
it's gone in a second.
Yeah, how is that even happening? Andrew looks dead sober.
Well, actually, all right. So we've got our drinks poured here, and this is actually a special bottle because it's the first time ever in the Medellin podcast that someone offered to bring us alcohol, and it's actually called, what is this called? Amazotic.
Amazotic.
It's like hypnotic, but Amazotic. And according to the paperwork that I printed out.
Got some good paperwork. What does it taste like, though?
Well, we're going to taste it right now. So this is made from superfruits from...
Wait, don't say yet. Let's do it this way. Made from superfruits. Let's do a tasting.
Yeah, let's do a tasting.
Joanna, okay, you can't pass the mic. Let's go.
Thank you.
Cheers firstly to Amazotic.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for bringing it by.
All right, wait. Don't shout it out.
It smells like chicle.
Ooh, that's really good, actually, right? That's pretty good. It kind of reminds me of Pony Malta, like something
a
malted.
little bit. Mm-hmm. But sweeter.
Fruits. Yellow fruits.
Yeah, no shit.
No, it reminds me of something, actually. It reminds me of Costa Rica. I was traveling in Costa Rica. It reminds me of something like pulque, like what, sort of like, I don't know, but like at least natives in Costa Rica and other places would drink.
Do you get a hint of the hypnotic, though? Like, he said that it's like the Colombian hypnotic. Like, he's trying to go for the hypnotic taste. It does, at least the texture gives me that, but...
Texture?
It does. It's like a...
Motherfuckers. If you guys been watching this show, you know Andrew don't know shit about texture, but we keep going. Let's just keep going on the show. Hey, guys, thank you very much. That was like, it's good. We're going to finish that bottle.
Yeah.
And if this is hypnotic, I'm honestly afraid to answer the next questions.
All right, let's put this down. Let's keep this going.
Okay, so we had more questions. So we were talking about, obviously we talked about safety. Mm-hmm. We've talked about your work, getting your job here, feeling safe as a woman, equality, which is something that I wanted to ask, actually, because I see it and I hate it, actually. It really, really bugs me when you see a woman walking down the street.
Right.
And then like paisa guys, but it's not all paisa guys. It's mostly like cab drivers and low class guys. they'll go up to a girl, or they won't even go up to the girl. They'll just see her passing by and go.
That's all over the Caribbean also. You go
Like,
ahead.
what do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I guess it's just, I don't want to say I'm used to it. I've heard it before in Romania as well. Believe it or not, it happens in there as well. It's just I ignore it. I like sometimes I don't
feel
even
flattered,
hear
though?
it. No.
Because I saw an episode of
No.
Sex and the City back in the day. I mean, when I used to watch that sort of stuff. And Carrie, is that her name? You watched Sex and the City?
Carrie
and she was
Bradshaw.
like, one of her biggest thing was like, it was like a week had passed and nobody had catcalled her. No one did the
Yeah.
and she felt like, man, I'm fucking old.
But
I
I
don't
mean, yeah, I mean, it's a different period of time
Okay.
as well. Like that was done long ago,
And that's also a show.
and that's
No, but
also
in real
so.
life, no, but seriously, in real life,
Talk about-
if women used to catcall me, which it's never happened in my goddamn life, maybe my dream that one time I shot
Yeah,
myself.
but if every day someone's catcalling you,
and
you
then they
walk-
stopped all of a sudden, I would think there's a problem,
No,
right?
come on.
No, I would think there's a problem.
It's not that it's a problem. The problem is the way you do it.
Okay. So is there? Show me what would be like a good cat call? How would you?
Right. Well, first of all, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. So,
Empezando por ahí.
empezando
But,
por ahí, would you rather a guy just come up to you and say, "Hey, I've seen you walk in here a lot, and I'm a construction worker, and I carry a hammer everywhere I go, and I see you walking here, so you must work around here. What's your name? Where are you from? Can I ask you what's your number?
No,
what's your
you
size?"
can't ask me, but you can just tell me what you feel. You know, just hey, I just saw you walking. You're a nice girl. You look pretty, whatever. And I'll be like, thank you, and just like keep,
Well, what if
keep
like
walking.
just so? And if it were a construction worker?
It doesn't matter. It's
That's
just
what I
like
Respect.
it doesn't matter. It's the way you put it. I've honestly a lot of the times, and not just in Colombia, I've met people working in constructions or taxi drivers that were way more mannered and respectful than people in high positions.
And what do you think, like, in terms of dating? I don't know. You obviously dated before coming here. Did you date guys, and for the females watching, who were looking for Latin lovers like Andrew, because he's Latin and he's a lover? What do you? Is there a difference between dating a Romanian man and, well,
Yes.
and maybe yes. All right. What's that?
What's the
difference?
biggest difference? I guess. Yeah.
Well, I'm not even sure which one I like most, right? Because
Wow.
it's definitely different.
Okay.
Like the approach towards a woman is totally different, and it's way more respectful, and it's
Here?
more in Romania.
Okay.
Right, and in Romania it's more relaxed in the sense that it just comes naturally.
Okay. And here
Right,
it
and
seems
it
forced?
it like it flows, and in here it kind of sometimes it feels a little bit forced.
Like the Paisa guy. So as a Paisa guy, and again, for those of you who haven't seen any of the episodes, a Paisa is someone from Medellin or Antioquia, the state here that Medellin is the capital of. So a Paisa guy comes up, and they're, they've got the Latin flow. I mean, and they come up to you to speak to you, obviously in Spanish. Does it feel like, hey, I'm just trying to get her. I'm like, I'm in a reggaeton video, or what's the general approach to a woman?
I think that Colombians in general know
Okay.
they are aware of their image in the world, which like who doesn't like a Latino man with
I
their
don't.
flow. Well, right,
Yes.
but I'm talking about women in general with they come to you up dancing, and they have a certain charm.
Are they more confident?
And I would say overconfident, and not necessarily in a good way.
Okay.
I mean, some of them, obviously. I've definitely met some really nice Colombian men. They're very respectful, super educated, and that. But there's, regularly they don't really go into, bars or nightclubs or things like that, right? So the Colombians that I really liked, I met them through friends, over dinner parties, birthday parties and things like that. But like if you want to go, for example, with your friend dancing in a club one night, it's, to me, at least it didn't happen. It might happen, but to me it didn't happen to meet a guy that I would really want to see again the next day. So.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're that.
Yeah.
That's, well, it's kind of the same thing for me. Being I mean, I was born in Colombia and I speak fluent Spanish and all that, but I was raised in the United States, so it's kind of hard to meet people that kind of meet the criteria, or not even the criteria, but something that you're used to.
Your expectation.
Like, yeah, it's like the expectation of like meeting somebody new and having a conversation that is reciprocal, and at the same time, keep your interest and be entertaining at the same time. So I guess that goes to my next question. So as far as I guess, are we going to continue with the dating? I think we.
Well, I know. I mean, there's one thing because the dating, and this is not, and I'm not going to go down the line that people probably think I'm going to go down, but I think like as a guy, one of the biggest challenges in dating in Medellin is that you can meet a great girl, she's beautiful, blah 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 blah, and you get past tell me about your family, tell me about this, tell me about that. And again, we're speaking in Spanish here because I'll be, for the guys out there, like if you're coming here and your girl does not speak some amount of Spanish, at some point you're gonna run out of things to talk about because you've used your old vocabulary in the first conversation.
Right.
So you get there, and what in terms of conversation, do you think that, I mean, your Spanish is on an advanced level. Let's say a girl comes here, she's gonna live here, she's at like a basic level. Do you think like Spanish, not speaking Spanish, for example, could really limit a relationship, or you think that the language of love is?
I believe in the language of love, honestly,
Okay.
and it's the language of love for me is the connection. I really believe in energy between people, and I think there's, things can flow just as easy as they can flow between people living, speaking the same language.
Well, I've got a question about that. So, explain that energy that you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? You believe in energy.
Well, I believe that when two people meet, they connect in a way or another.
Okay.
Or they can just reject each other.
Okay.
Or just want the other.
Do you think it's
Right?
because...
Because
Sorry,
what?
go ahead.
Well, I don't know exactly why it happens. I think it's, as I said before, there's, each of us have our own expectations, our own life principles, and things that we truly believe in. And then when we meet the person and they don't respond the same way, then something breaks. There's a little wall going up, right? And it's natural. It happens. Like, we don't live in a world where everybody gets along.
Right.
Which, we should. I would love to. But it's fine, and I think it's educational because it's about respecting the other people's opinion and way of living and way of thinking. It's just.
So I know that. Well, that's a really great point. But Joel is old, and oh shit! On that note,
Twice the charm.
I'm saying Joel is old. He's like
Older.
He's older. He's older than me.
I have experience under my
Drink to
belt.
your age.
To my age.
And he's like,
Some of the
God damn it! I
episodic-
keep dropping this shit. He's pretty adamant about the fact that he's probably not going to get married or have babies.
Never say that.
Or have
What
babies.
is happening over here? What
Never
is
say
this?
that.
I've heard him.
Shit, man.
I've heard him talk.
I think
I've
Joel
heard
is
him
going
talk.
to
Heard you
have
talk.
twins. He's going to have
Joanna.
two girls.
So
Ioana.
Ioana. Joanna. Why you gotta do me like Joanna?
Okay.
Anyway.
We sing at weddings.
So my question to you is, as a girl, as a woman that's lived here for a while,
Right.
and you just said that earlier that you're single. Do you think that you could settle down in Medellin with a Colombian, or what's your
And
opinion
like
on that?
17 bambinos maybe running behind you.
17 bambinos.
Bambino, they say
I
bambino
mean,
here? I don't know.
if they're
Is that
bambinos, I would
Romanian?
definitely raise them in Italy. But
Yeah.
Okay, all right. They say bambinos all over the
Certo.
Yeah.
No, but I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no, because if there's something that I learned in my 5 years living in here as a foreigner is that just don't say no.
Never. Yeah.
You
Never
can
say never.
you
Goonies
can
never say die.
you can never know. Like, so many things happened to me that I thought I'll never do or go through, or to my friends
Like
as well.
arepas.
Like arepas, like
Okay,
I never thought I would like
Do you
arepas.
like 'em now?
Like it's just pure. What is that? It's flour.
Cardboard.
Basically,
I
yeah.
like arepas. I'm a vegan.
then-
it's
but
all
then
corn.
what-
It's all corn.
Wait, you eat those?
I eat those, yes, because they don't.
They're healthy.
Hold on. I'm on Team Arepas too, but they are not. You say
Team Arepas?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And,
Facebook group?
Arepas is a synonym of something else, but whatever. But you always say that arepas are bland. And then
Well,
you
the
like-
arepa that they give you with the menu del dia, which is this little and has no salt.
Yeah,
and
they suck.
yeah, those are terrible. But if you eat the regular arepa that actually
The
has
one they
flavor,
use to balance out tables and chairs if one leg is short.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one's better than the little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing for me. I love bread.
Okay.
I love to eat in general, and
Do you cook?
I do. Well, I started lately trying, but I've learned that in Colombia, like the type of bread they do, I don't like it. Like they put in so much sugar and so many things. Like it
Yeah,
really
that's true.
it
Yeah,
takes
it's
away
true.
the taste of
It
the
does, yeah.
actual
Do the guys-
foods
It kills
that
it.
you
Do
have.
the guys expect you to cook like their mom?
I hope they don't. Like their better won't.
But they never expect like lay down and sort of like look at you like real
Honey,
funny, like why
if-
is she over there like by the TV when she should be making like a bandeja paisa or like no,
No,
that never
baby.
happened?
Paisa.
If anything, that's the other way around. Like I just sit by on the
Yes.
at the
See
See what
bar.
I'm saying? We had
With-
that question
Right up
coming.
there.
We
With
asked
wine
who wears
and-
the pants.
It's well, nobody.
Oh yeah.
Nobody. No, I
No.
don't like
Good.
in
I
a
like
relationship.
that.
I don't like anybody wearing the pants
Good answer.
or
I
the
like
skirt.
them all naked too.
You're just gonna make me just
Yeah,
down
which is
this.
we go down that. This is where we're going with this. All right.
All right,
We
so
can't mix
I guess
Don't-
I mean moving on from dating. I guess living in Medellin alone.
Right.
Do you actually have a car here? Do you?
No.
You don't have a car. A
was-
motorcycle?
No. Oh, definitely not. That no.
You can see on a motorcycle with heels. Do they
Yes,
do
you
that?
can.
Okay, true.
Yes, you
All right,
can.
I don't ride bikes.
Yes, you can. But no, I mean, I was very close to buying one a month and a half ago.
A car or-
motorbike?
A car.
A car,
okay.
okay.
No,
and what
bikes just
was it
freak me
that
out.
kind of like told you not to?
It's well, first of all, carbon, right? Like let's
Oh.
just not
Okay.
add more than necessary to the planet. And second of all, it's just I live very close to where I work, so I don't
Okay.
think it's necessary. And then there's already so many cars. There's Ubers, there's taxi, and
Yep.
transport here is really cheap.
Yeah.
Right, if you compare it to the other parts of the world. So, and if I really want a car to go travel, I can always rent one and just take my dog, just go away for the weekend.
So wait, you said
It's-
it's cheap. It's really cheap, right? But like to take the Ubers and what's not.
Yeah.
Next question on this is, as a woman, because I think the cost of living of a woman and man probably different. Cost of living of a woman with a
Yeah.
child different than a woman that's single.
Absolutely.
So you've only lived. The only other place you've lived independently is Colombia.
Correct.
Okay, but in terms of cost of living, let's throw it this way: how much, if you don't mind me asking, and I hope she doesn't, how much do you spend? And I remember
I think
we
I
talked
wouldn't mind
about.
you asking.
Right, like you mind, but you're
Kidding,
gonna
I'm
answer the
kidding.
question because I remember you had that shopping problem.
I did.
I remember that when
and
you
I am
confessed.
proud to
Really?
say-
You had a shop-
You're a
shopping problem.
shopaholic?
She's shop
Well, I wanted to say that I'm sober, but I'm not.
in terms of shopping.
In terms of shopping.
because we are not sober.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you guys are not. I am. But it's it's about learning how to cope with it, if you want to call it like
Yeah.
that. But it's about setting your priorities straight.
In terms of being sober from shopping.
Correct.
So and how much? We don't ask me to break the budget down. What is your monthly living expense more or less in US dollars here?
Just in shopping or like
No,
month.
no,
Oh wait,
like
you can break it down.
living.
Girl, do
Living.
it. What is it? What is
See,
your
I
monthly?
just go
I like
straight
it. Go
there.
straight to the shopping.
Well, we
How
can go
much
to the
you
shopping
spend?
later.
Well,
Just
But
living,
how much
I
is
guess.
living?
Living, I would say, it's higher because I own a company, so there's taxes involved,
Okay.
right?
Wait, you own a
So-
company?
Yes, I
Oh,
have a
shit.
company. I'm here on a business visa, so that means that I
Okay.
pay taxes.
Okay.
So I think with and rent and food and a little bit of shopping, some dining out, some groceries. Oh God, I would add it up to about 5 million pesos a month.
$5 million,
That's about
like-
$1,700 to $1,800.
About
Okay.
that.
And you pay rent.
Yes, like
Nice
everything
place,
included.
pretty nice place, you would say.
Yeah, it's a nice
Do you live
spot.
on your own?
Do we not ask him that question? We can't answer
Oh,
that
I'm sorry.
question for some reason. We
But-
gotta ask
Oh,
the
my
question
bad, my
now.
bad.
But
my
it
bad.
includes, sending the puppy to school and buy him food, grocery for
Sending the
myself.
puppy to school,
To
puppy daycare.
daycare.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to school for
Yeah,
my
I mean
first 14
they
years.
literally call it colegio
Oh,
here,
nice.
which means
Puppy
college,
Puppy
which
college.
is like my baby's going to college.
But no, but the colegio in Spanish though, colegio is like elementary school.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah. Colegio is like elementary. It's like
Baby is dog elementary.
yeah, dog elementary school. Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
awesome, man.
he's
Like,
definitely learning a lot of
achieved
stuff, so.
you've achieved a level of life where you can come to Medellin and send your dog to elementary school and stuff.
yeah.
There are people out there that
I
will never
know.
go to elementary school. That's amazing. And so you say about $1,800. You'd say, okay, so a female's gonna come here. She works online. How much how many US dollars do you think? Ballpark as a woman. Remember, women shop differently than men. They have different necessities as men. What do you think is a comfortable amount that you would recommend to a friend coming here to live for a bit, like 6 months per month?
Well, let's just say you want to live in Poblado,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's just say that you are a medium shopper.
Okay.
Right.
Medium shopper.
Like, you buy stuff, you indulge,
Uh-huh.
right? But not exaggeratedly, like
Yeah.
walk by a window and, oh my God, I have to have those shoes, right?
Yeah. I agree.
And do we want to live alone or do we want to live
Alone.
apartment?
We do.
Okay, well, that will have to be around minimum 4 million pesos, I would say.
I agree
Three and a
with that.
half, 4
Yeah.
million pesos.
But three and a half.
Yeah, for
three and
like
a
a
half
studio
million is
apartment.
$1,000.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you're gonna stay here long, for example,
Yeah.
right, and you want to live alone, you want to rent an apartment, that's minimum 2 million pesos.
And the apartment's gonna be furnished.
Of course.
Unfurnished.
But
No,
wait,
it'll probably have to be furnished if you're gonna be here.
If it's
for a while.
Short term
if it's
for 3
furnished,
to 6
forget it.
months.
That's like minimum 2.5 or 3
So
million
if it
pesos.
is furnished, let's say they come in here, they don't want to do anything because they're a digital nomad woman. They're coming through. They're making their thing. They're not making $500 a month. So
Right.
they're making a decent amount. How much does a woman that's a digital nomad rolling through here? She's gonna come to Medellin for 6 months, rent a furnished 1-bedroom
or
from
a
a
studio.
decent company or a studio. What's the bottom line? What's she spending on a monthly basis in US dollars? One number.
It has to be 2,000, like if you want to be
About
comfortable.
$2,000.
About $2,000.
Yeah,
Still
because-
not bad.
Because half of it is just the rent itself. Like
Yeah.
in the area of Santa Fe Mall, like the main
Yeah.
area of Poblado, on Avenida Poblado, furnished 1-bedroom apartments go for at least 3 million pesos, which is around roughly $1,000.
Okay.
Well, what about staying in a hostel? Would you? I mean, a person like you, would you stay in a hostel if you're gonna be in a place for 3 months?
And when was the last time you stayed in a hostel?
No, I stay in hostels a lot. Like, for example, when I go to... I
Sorry.
stepped on
St. Andrews notes.
My notes.
when I go to Cartagena, for example,
Yeah.
I don't stay a lot in the town itself.
Okay.
I go to the beaches, right?
Oh, nice.
And you don't have like any 5-star hotels in there. Not that I would
But like
prefer
coming
that,
here to
but-
Medellin, let's say a girl wanted to come here to Medellin, would you like?
The-
Let's say, would you stay in a hostel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I would be, working independent, traveling by myself or with my friends, would definitely share.
And you'd wear flip flops, or you'd? Well,
I would definitely not wear flip-flops. I mean, I
So-
would stay in a hostel, but I would not wear
Okay, that comes to my
flip-flops
next
are for
question.
the beach.
So, what would you recommend? Let's say, if a girl wants to acclimate herself, let's say a woman wants to come to Medellin and visit Medellin, fashion-wise, to not stick out like a sore thumb. Well, some people like to stick out and be like individuals or whatever. Look at Joel's peacocking out here.
it's light, I do it for the kids.
Light on the loafs.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
love the story behind that.
but
Just brushed my beard on the mic. I shouldn't do that again. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get to that story after. Keep going. Let's hear that.
so anyway, so like let's say a woman wants to come out here and wants to make sure that she fits in. What would you recommend, like fashion-wise? What is the standard?
To fit in.
Well, just to look like you're not sticking out like a sore thumb, because
Do we want
sticking
to
out
fit
like
in?
a
Why do we want to fit
sticking
in?
out like a sore thumb is wearing flip-flops, very tiny shorts.
Hold on. I mean, well, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no.
I personally do not agree with fitting in.
It's just a glass. Fuck it, let's keep going.
And
It's
she's
not
not
broken.
drunk.
It's not broken.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't agree with fitting in like anywhere in the world.
No, I agree. I
Right?
agree.
You are who you are. You wear what you wear. It's fine.
Yes,
Okay.
but you fit in
But-
nicely around in general with what you're wearing. There's other
Right.
folks that come in here that we see down in Ihamia, which we never plug on this show, the cafe,
Ihamia.
and they take off the shoes and they got, it looks like the first pedicure ever given to a human, and they have their feet up on the fucking, the upholstery that Sean worked so hard to create, and with some really like interesting outfits, and they're not trying to fit in at all. But they're also not going to have a high success.
Okay, I guess we're talking about people that, let's say, a woman that wants to live here long term,
Yeah.
and is single,
Right.
and is looking for a mate. What would you suggest?
I would think that the flip flop thing and wearing shorts and very like summer-ish kind of outfits,
Yeah.
it's more about safety, right? Because it's way easier for a thief, for example, to recognize you as a tourist
Okay,
when
I see.
you're
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
your flip flops, right? And it's valid to men as well. I have seen a lot of men walking down Provenza area in Poblado in their flip flops
And without shoes.
or without shoes
Yeah.
as well. I mean, which is fine because it's comfortable. I have a neighbor that
It's fine.
that does that, and I love that because he's just comfortable the way he is.
And you would date a dude
and I
that
love
rolls
that.
down La Diaz with no shoes?
Well, I don't know if he goes down like this.
No, I'm just being,
without
for real.
shoes,
Like, you
but,
see a
like,
thing, he's just chilling out. He's having, having a little, like,
Well,
a
here's
juice.
the thing. I mean, it's you do you, right? Like whatever creams your biscuit.
Well, why are you
I agree with that.
Whatever
I
creams
just
your
your
biscuit.
motherfucking Romania
Damn,
coming
that's
in
a
with the
new
shit.
level of
Transylvania,
that's not
son.
Romanian at all.
Yo, but wait, hold on, wait. I love how you know what? Ioana could be a fucking politician. I'm gonna tell you guys right
Oh
now
my
because she
God.
knows how to play these questions. I asked you
Right.
if you saw a guy,
Like
let's just
Ooga
assume-
Booga.
Ooga Booga down in front of KFC on La Diaz, no shoes on, just a little calloused, obviously, because he's into sports
And it's hot out
and it's
there.
hot. Would you be like, yeah, let's go?
Wait,
out.
is he hot or is hot outside?
No, he's hot. No, he's hot,
hot.
too.
Okay.
He's hot too.
But you're a little
Well-
weird. You
But
might-
he smells a little. He smells a little.
like
you know,
backpacker smell.
Like that KFC that's old.
Would you do it?
Well, I can't pass by the smell.
You can get past the smell?
No, I can't.
But do you think that's a Colombian thing? Because honestly,
That's a
wait,
human
no,
thing.
no, it's not a human thing. It's not a human thing. In Toronto, you get on a subway, on the metro or whatever. You get on a bus. Somebody's fucking smelling. I'll be for real. Like there's some
Really?
smelly. Maybe
Well,
in
I
Romania
mean-
because it's so cold.
well-
no, it kills the germs.
Let's look at it the other way.
Okay.
Like there's conditions,
Okay.
right? There's conditions that humans, suffer from. You can never know that in a metro, in a subway, right? It's don't
No, but
judge.
I've been,
Wait,
I've been,
hold on,
wait,
hold on.
wait,
Let me get back to
hold
my-
on, hold on.
What's with you?
Ioana,
If she runs for mayor of Medellin, she
Iguana
has my
mandarina.
vote. There are
Oh my
conditions.
God.
hold on.
Conditions.
Joanna,
But it's true.
No, I've been here 9 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I-
there was a time for
Yeah.
4 years in a row that I rode on the metro to get to my job, which
Yeah.
is teaching English.
Yep.
Not one time ever
Yeah.
did I smell someone smelling like BO. Ever.
Ever. That's
Ever.
true. Fact.
Ever. That's a fact.
I'll go with that.
Ever.
Fact.
I-
Conditions.
I rode the metro for a year in my first year in Colombia here, and the same.
Did you ever
Exactly,
smell somebody in
exactly.
Romania?
With
Did you
like-
ever smell
Oh
somebody?
yeah, all the time.
Really? And it's so cold
In
out there.
buses.
In
In
buses.
like,
Yeah, buses.
We don't
So
have a
that's not-
subway in
that's
my.
no
we don't
medical
have it in
condition.
the capital.
It's
but-
not a medical condition. It's called being clean.
It's called like putting deodorant on. Like, and if you
Guys.
know you got like strong pheromones, you go get that fucking
Right.
But you're vegan.
clinical.
You guys actually
that
use
clinical
deodorant?
deodorant. What do you call that? That doctor prescribed deodorant.
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what
Well,
vegans use.
I'm
but
gonna-
anyway.
I'm gonna say
You're
something.
talking
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's hear.
What?
I'm gonna say
They are the for men?
No. There's like prescribed deodorant that's like.
I want to hear what Ioana has to say.
Yeah,
right now.
Ioana.
Say you had something to say about that.
right. Well, lately I'm noticing a lot of businesses on Instagram, of
Yeah.
course, right, that do a lot of conscious kind of products,
Yeah.
and those include deodorants, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool what's happening in Colombia right now with this kind from this point of view.
Yeah.
But I do believe that there is a condition, and you can never know.
Okay, but
You can
honestly,
never know,
but
Joe.
listen,
I agree with you guys,
Here,
right?
if
There's
you-
people that just don't like to shower.
Ioana,
It's fine.
Hold a
but
second.
there's-
If we walked on,
It's not fine, Joanna.
if we walked on the metro right now,
right.
and you saw somebody, they look like they're pretty decently put together,
Mm-hmm.
and they like really did not smell good, you'd be like, this motherfucker has a condition. And we would
Correct.
all be like, damn, I feel sorry, he has a condition.
Correct.
Because you haven't smelt it in 5
No,
years.
that's some Western ass thinking, bro. He just hasn't taken a shower or wears deodorant. I'm serious. I'm sorry. You go get some deodorant, guys.
No, man.
All right,
There's
let's
a
move
lot of people
forward.
could-
Let's move
anyways,
forward. All right,
anyways,
let's
we're not
move
wrapping
forward.
shit up. We keep going about this. Wait, I got a question for you. If a woman's coming here, do you think that it's a great like a lot of girls come before they discover Medellin?
Mm-hmm.
They travel down through Mexico, through Central America, and I would
Right.
think that the fashion options are very limited. They
Right.
get to Colombia. Do you think that is this a good place to save your money for fashion, or would you say load up before you get here?
In here, meaning Medellin or
Medellin,
Colombia?
Medellin. Okay, let's go Medellin.
Well,
because it's all about
it's.
Medellin.
I'm gonna agree with you. I enjoy
Okay.
fashion. I do not enjoy shopping.
Yeah.
And shopping experience in here in Medellin for me as a person that shops a lot, it's always the same stores.
Always the same source. But do you
Right,
shop
and
out in
it's not
Provenza with the
even-
boutiques or?
Yeah, I mean Provenza, for example, has a lot of nice boutiques, and there's also Laureles as well, and I'm sure there's a bunch of others that I just like don't go out
Yeah.
of my bubble.
Yeah, your bubble.
But for example, lately I like to shop online a lot. Like ever since I started shopping.
In Colombian
ever.
for Colombian brands or?
And if I find Colombian brands, I will like. They're mostly on Instagram.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's like any fashion business owners watching this, guys. Please publish prices, publish like sizes and everything a consumer and a prospective buyer
the only
needs
business
to know
owners
before
watching
making the
Andrew's
decision.
mom.
Like you have no idea how much easier it makes it
Yeah.
for a consumer to make the decision of purchase.
Exactly.
Right. So like for example, lately I was shopping for gym
Gear.
gear, right? So there was this account that I found was really cool. So then I messaged them over Instagram, no answer.
Yeah.
I comment on the photos, no answer. Surprise there. And then they have also like a WhatsApp number
Okay.
in their description. So I save that in my cell phone, which I would very much rather not do. Right, and then I have to take screenshots of what I see, what I like, and then I send them over, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have this size. This is only in this color." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't get mad. I just offered her a very honest consumer's opinion, and I told them like, if it's easy for you guys, like if it's not super expensive, you guys should have a web page, right? Because it's way easier for us, you know, to make the purchase." And she was like, "Oh, you're literally, by the way, the brand is Colombian. It's local here from Medellin."
Yeah.
And she goes like, "You're literally the only client who complains about that." And I'm like, first of all, I'm not complaining. It's literally just
Give us
a
some advice.
recommendation,
Give us some advice, yeah.
right? It's a recommendation as a prospective client. And second of all, I'm not a client, and for this, I'm never gonna be your client.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not buying from that brand anymore.
We talked about relationships here and how women feel in Colombia. Well, there's one thing that we really haven't touched on is, have you noticed a difference in the amount of plastic surgery that women have here compared to Romania? I don't even
Absolutely.
know. In Romania, do women get plastic surgery, first of all?
Oh, we do, yeah.
Like
Well,
like breasts, booty?
It's mostly breast augmentation, a lot, and
Going to
lips.
Romania.
And lips, yeah. Yeah, I
Alright,
think
yeah.
I
You'd
think
be
we
good.
know what your next
Yeah.
flight is gonna be. But yeah, they do. Well, we do as Romanians a lot. But that's mostly it.
So, I mean, I guess being a third party, looking
Right.
at it from a foreigner's perspective, what do you feel about the women here and their vanity? Like, for example, like the reason I ask is because when I would go, let's say, I worked at Target, I worked at Walmart, I worked at, when I was 17, I worked at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see,
Stop bragging, bro.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
I was trying to show you shit off.
this is my CV.
Yeah,
if you guys want to
you're
hire
taking
me.
us all out
Target,
tonight.
Walmart, and the theater.
Yeah, I worked at
Yeah.
Walmart, Target, the movie theater,
Yeah.
Royal Cinema. Shout out.
Shout out to Royal Cinema.
Anyway, you'd see people coming in, interestingly dressed, meaning that they look like shit, and
Yeah.
and
It's
and,
so funny because I always thought that the word interesting means shit.
yeah, exactly.
Really? I
Like
thought it
in
meant weird.
any context.
Weird.
No,
but
baby,
like when
that
you come to
means shit.
Colombia, and you're here, like I remember when I got here almost 10 years ago, I would go to the grocery store and there would never be anyone in pajamas. There would
Right.
never be anyone
Yep.
in flip-flops.
True.
Literally, it could be the poorest neighborhood and they're going to go get a tomato at the corner store.
Yeah.
But they're
Miss
done
Colombia.
up- They're well, not Miss
But
Colombia.
they have
they're-
makeup on.
Yeah, they've got makeup on.
You
they've
can't buy a
got-
tomato
Pajamas,
without
but with
makeup.
makeup on.
So
right.
how do you feel about that?
I
And how do you
think-
adapt?
I think it's part of the charm of Colombian women, right? I mean, I know girls that won't get out of the house without, makeup on or earrings on, or having their pestañas.
Pestañas there,
Yeah, their eyelashes.
Right? Their eyebrows done, right? And it's fine. Again, whatever comes your biscuit.
But
honey,
have you been
know?
to the grocery store in pajamas?
I have in Bogota. I have, but the grocery store was right next to my hotel, so.
Okay, all right. But
And it was a really cool pajamas. It was an overall in the shape of a bunny.
and so some popped up on Facebook, and we're gonna get with a little because I was thinking about taking this in this direction a little bit for this podcast. Today, something popped up in Laureles. Somebody posted a sign that said, "What was it? Say no to sex tourism."
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Say
that,
no to sex. What's your take
Yeah,
on
that song has been like
all over? Yeah, but these guys are like
for a while now.
for a while.
yeah.
But what's your take on? It's a little controversial. But what's your take
it shouldn't be.
on sex tourism?
It shouldn't be controversial. The answer is no.
No what?
The answer is no.
No,
No
what?
what?
No what?
No sex tourism anywhere in the world.
Well, how do you feel about the fact that
Prostitution is legal.
it's legal
in
here,
Colombia.
and the Paisa guys and the Colombian guys here? That industry was not made by foreigners.
Well, prostitution is legal in Amsterdam as well,
Okay, but
right? It's just the way they approach it. Like
but so if it became
You
legal
know.
here, it's legal and everybody's cool
it's a
with
job. You pay taxes. You
But
go
then,
to work.
okay, so let's say they pay taxes. Let's say
Right.
that's the issue. Would you be cool? Could Medellin be the Amsterdam of the South? And would you be cool with
I
that?
think there's a long way to get there.
Why is that?
There's a lot of other issues that Medellin and Colombia in general needs to take care
In
of.
terms
that.
of poverty, people live below
in
the
terms
line, or
of
what?
everything, and it's just not Medellin. It's just the country in general. I think
Yeah.
there's way more important things that the country needs to focus on right now.
Than legal prostitution.
Correct.
But according to the media, most foreigners coming here are for legal prostitution. I have a little fucking like hang up
Well,
on this.
here's the thing. I've worked in media, and
Yeah.
it's just we do what we do to make our ends meet, right?
And stay.
But working in media, working in, prostitution, working in anything else, it's
Have you ever drank champagne out of a bottle?
I have.
Hold it. Try it this time.
Oh,
Let's see what's
God.
going on.
Oh
And
my
it says
God.
pagado.
It's oh,
It's pagado. Andrew, have you ever drank
I guess I will.
champagne? Out of a-
no,
of a
I've never.
bottle?
I'd like to try.
Well, and what do you think about men doing webcam? Because Andrew on the last episode said that he what is that? Shake your booty. What is it? What do you do?
I don't do webcam.
You said on the last episode,
That
Felipe, did he
escalated
not say he
fast.
shakes? What did he say?
He shakes his booty and he makes money.
Shakes his booty. What do you think of a man shaking his booty?
Well, a
and
man
making
shaking his booty is not gonna make any money. You gotta stroke your dick off in front of the camera, and
And
money? Are we allowed to
and-
say dick on this show?
and many guys will say
Felipe,
the
you're the
same-
director.
right now.
But
do you feel comfortable?
That's
with
what
the
they wanted me to say. So I'm just
Who's
trying
who's
to.
the they?
I'm just trying to say.
There's two
what they
people
want me to
watching the
say.
show. Your mom, my dad. It's fucked up. There's no
Wow.
one's watching this, and my aunts, and that's really messed up. And maybe
Yeah,
if
you're gonna have
Ioana
a
really
very
feels
interesting
comfortable.
conversation next Christmas with your family.
Exactly. Yo, wait. I got a question. How did your sister, as a visitor,
Yeah.
feel when she came? What did she think about this?
She
place?
loved it. She would have stayed here forever.
But
She stayed for 6 months, but you know, she has her own direction in life. She wants to study psychology and psychiatry, and I fully support that. And
Little sister?
older sister.
older sister. Okay.
Not very older though.
Okay.
We're 2 years apart.
Okay.
But and I fully support that, which is why I encourage her to go back to Romania, because education in Romania is so very good,
Yeah.
yet way cheaper than it is here.
And do they and
It
did
is.
she
Like-
say, what did she say? Why would she stay here? Like she's so you're already tainted in the sense that you've been here for 5 years. You grew up on telenovelas. You know, you
Right.
know how to dance salsa. You drink 14 liters of pure alcohol per year because you're Romanian. But why would she want to stay here? What motivates her to stay? What would motivate her to stay here?
Well, here's the thing. I think it's any other reason why any other foreigners would stay here. You know, being from Canada, America, Europe in general,
Okay.
right? It's a culture that we do not have across this border.
Meaning
right?
like the loose, the
No,
everything's cool or what?
Not at all. I mean, everything is going to be fine. Like, for me, this is the perception I have, and this is the lesson that I've learned here. Like, just dance it out,
Yeah, dance it out.
right?
Yeah.
It's,
Hey,
it's
well, thank
happening.
you for putting yourself out there and feeling the rhythm in this little ghetto ass studio with a bunch of one weird person and a person in a
I'm a weird
flamboyant
guy, yeah.
shirt, man. Like, honestly, thank you for being the first. Violetta, I don't want to discount what you did, but the first woman and foreign woman
Foreign
on
girl,
this show.
yeah,
Foreign
foreign
woman
girl.
on this show. And you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have you back if we still exist in a year from now,
Yeah.
and we'll see where we
We
are.
made a commitment to do a whole year of
52
podcasts.
episodes.
52 episodes. You can find us on.
Out of which, how many with women?
well,
as many as we can.
Girls
Do
don't
you
like
have, do you have
us.
any questions that you want to maybe ask Andrew at this point apart? Like, is there
Or
anything-
Joel.
No, you don't need to ask me shit.
I think I know Joel pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what's
ask
your
Andrew.
question,
You gotta ask.
Are you gonna dance salsa tonight?
I am gonna dance also
Are you gonna
tonight.
spin her? Are you gonna spin? Like you gonna do a spin?
Is that your only question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I am gonna dance salsa tonight, and I'm gonna take Joel's brother to a salsa club, where we're gonna go meet women or men. I don't know what.
What Joel's brother prefers? Well, you want to scream something?
It's
out?
all good.
Well, either or. You're not saying anything. It
I'm
doesn't
pretty
matter.
sure it's women.
Pretty sure.
But anyway, you guys can find us up at on YouTube. We have our own thing called Medellin Podcast. On Spotify, you can find us at Medellin Podcast as well. On Google Podcast, and you can find us on iTunes. Is it iTunes or
Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast?
Apple
Yes, thank you.
Podcast.
Thank
We,
you.
we're not bougie and shit yet, but you wait a year from now when we got J Balvin here kicking her out. And
It's just FYI, I really do believe even we're gonna do this beyond a year because the podcast is getting great reception. We're getting great views, a lot of views. There's a lot of people reaching out. We're getting great feedback. So I think this is only gonna get better. But we do need for people to leave comments and subscribe. And for example, in the Apple Podcast, you can rate us. Please rate us because that helps a lot. Like
Of course.
a lot.
Yeah, and haters, please write.
bring
me.
it. Bring
Bring
the
it on,
haters.
bring it
Listen,
on.
if you don't like
Bring it
Romania,
on.
talk about it. We're into you know, if you don't like the biggest motherfucking 36-mile sausage in the world, the heaviest building, the fifth most, I crammed this shit. Give me some credit. You guys can follow Ioana also if you can spell her name. Good luck with that shit. She starts with an I and ends with a Y. Fucking I don't know. But if you can follow her. We might throw it up in the link if she wants to be followed. She's a great writer. I think she should continue writing. And I think that apart from hiding in her little corner doing what she's doing, she's got a lot of great potential. She's got a lot of stuff that she has to offer, and I think she has to keep on offering it. And if there's any way that the Medellin podcast, these group of little fucked up people, can help you to push your talent beyond where you are right now, and I honestly believe that you do have that, hit us up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Do you want us to dance
Thanks for watching,
together?
guys.
Say goodbye to the camera.
Goodbye, camera.
Say goodbye.